So this is my Dr. Myuu Babidi deck. So on Dr. Myuu's front side, active main once per turn, choose one machine mutant battle card from your hand with 500 or less power and play it. So that's always useful. He awakens when you have 4 or less life. You draw 2 cards and flip them over. Pretty standard. Then on his awakened side, he has active main once per turn, choose one machine mutant battle card from your hand with 10,000 or less power and play it. Auto ability: when this card attacks, draw 1 card. Pretty simple, straightforward. The ability to play, your battle cards for free every turn. That's on top of the fact that you can still regular play a card. It's awesome. So let's go to the main deck. So as you can see, Mecha Cannon Sigma Nat has 5,000 power. So instead of using 1 energy to play this card, right, you can play your 1 energy if you go, if you go first or second, whatever, right, and then use Dr. Myuu's ability to summon this for free, and then get the effect when this card is played. If your leader card is Dr. Myuu, which it is, choose up to 1 Bizu from your deck and add it to your hand and shuffle your deck. And this is Mega Cannon Sigma Bizu. This has the effect when you play this card and your leader is Dr. Myuu, choose up to 1 Ribbit from your deck and add it to your hand. And we have Mega Cannon Sigma Ribbit. When you play him and your leader is Dr. Myuu, add 1 Nezi from your deck to your hand. And this is Commander Nezi. When he's played, his auto ability is, if your leader is Dr. Myuu, choose 1 of your Nat from your decks, add them to your hand and shuffle your deck. And this is Mega Cannon Sigma Nat. So then obviously you can see there's a full circle effect going on there. Commander Nezi also has the Union Absorb ability, where you can choose 1 of each Bizu and Ribbit from your hand or battle area and place them under this card. Choose up to 1 Super Sigma from your deck and place it on top of this card. Then shuffle your deck. The main target for this is Triple Union Super Sigma. It's a 20k double strike, active main. Place this card in your drop area, draw 2 cards, period, then choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards and it lose 10,000 power for the duration of the turn. If the battle card's power falls to 0 or less, it is KO'd. So that's very useful, and it could potentially bypass indestructible. So that'd be very useful. Now obviously it's like, why would you place this into the drop area to draw 2 cards? Why not keep it on the field of battle with, right? Well, of course you'll keep it on the field long enough to use this 20k double strike ability, but you can combo where you attack with it, right? Pump it up, do some double strike power up, because you gotta remember, before you even summon Super Sigma, you play Commander Nezi, and Commander Nezi, his ability gets you a Nat, which is a 0 cost 5k, so you'll have that in your hand before you use Nezi's ability to absorb the Bizu and the Ribbit that you already have on the field, or if they're still in your hand, you could just Union Absorb them, onto him, use his ability to summon Super Sigma, and like I said, you'll have Nat in your hand. So in your following turn, which you should be on your 4th energy, because you summon this on your 3rd turn, you have 3 energy, so on your 4th turn you already have him on the field. and you can play use you can attack with him, combo using Nat, so you can make him a 25k double striker. And now you have Nezi, Nat, Bizu, and Ribbit in the graveyard, which will allow you that once you pay 3 energies to play hidden ability General Rildo onto the field, then you can use his Union Absorb ability to choose Nezi, Nat, Rizu, and Ribbit from your drop area. Place it on the discard and choose up to 1 General Rildo with 25,000 power from your deck and place it on top of this card. Then shuffle your deck, and the target for that would be Hyper Meta Rildo, which is a 25,000 double striker. So you will go from a 20k double, well 25k double striker because you'll boost them, right? Then summon General Rildo, use Rildo's Union Absorb ability to go into his Hyper Meta Rildo form. He'll be a 25k double striker that you can attack with. The fact that you drew 2 cards from Super Sigma's ability, let's say they're 2 battle cards, let's say they're both 0 cost 5k, so you can use them to boost Hyper Meta Rildo to be 35k, and he's a 35k double striker. You know what I mean? I don't think I said his second auto effect is when this card attacks, choose up to 1 of your opponent's battle cards with 10,000 or less power and KO that card. And from right, they even say his first effect. Actually, yeah, I read Super Sigma's, but Hyper Metal Rildo's first auto effect is when you play this card, choose all of your opponent's battle cards, and they lose 10,000 power for the duration of the turn. I wish it also did the leader. That would make it extra awesome. Because with that double strike, I'd rather attack the leader, right? And making it lose 10,000 power, and then I'm already boosting myself up to essentially 35,000. That would just be awesome. But anyway, he has pretty decent effects, and that's a combo. That's a strategy you can go with, because you're already going in with a double striker that you made relatively strong. Then you tribute it to draw 2 cards, then play another combo, attacking for another double strike, comboing to make sure you get that hit, that double strike to hit through. Because if the first double strike hit through, obviously they got 2 cards from their life to their hands, so now they have 2 extra cards in their hands they could possibly combo with. So then you want to make sure you have a stronger attacker, 35k plus attacker with double strike, that you can try to go in there, and try to finish your opponent off as quickly as possible, right? Then of course we have Mind Controlling Babidi, which can help you get a lot of these cards onto the field relatively quick. Because when you play this card, and the radius for this card states when you have 6 or more red energies. When you play this card, look at up to the 7 cards from the top of your deck. Choose up to 2 red battle cards among them with 25,000 or less power, other than Evil Wizard Babidi, and play them. Then shuffle your deck. So you'll play him, use his ability, and then let's say if you summon a Bizu, then obviously you use Bizu's effect to add a Ribbit. And let's say you summon a Nezi with the effect, you can use Nezi's effect to add a Nat. And since you have Dr. Myuu, you can also use Dr. Myuu's ability to freely play those cards. Even in the scenario where you went from Commander Nezi adding the Nat to the hand, right, and then you Union Absorb to go into Super Sigma, you could play Nat with Myuu, Dr. Myuu's front side ability, also his backside ability, and then get the effect of adding Bizu. So then now you have an extra 5k in your hand and a 5k on the field. So of course you can use both of them by sending them to a graveyard. You can, when you combo, that would give you an extra 10k to your Super Sigma, or you can save the let's say the Myuu in your hand, and just use the Nat that you have on the field. Use that to combo with Super Sigma to make him a 25k double striker, and then do the general Rildo combo to get into meta Rildo, and then use the 2 cards you gain plus the Myuu that you already have in the hand, and then combo, and you can go into like essentially 40k, you know, double striker, attacking opponent's leader type stuff, right? So there's a lot that can happen depending on this scenario. Of course, if you get, because of course Babidi can summon Super Sigma, and if you get 2 Super Sigmas, ain't that awesome, right? Because you attack with both of them. They're both 20k double strikers, so you attack with both of them. Then you attribute them and get 4 cards. Yeah, I love that. So there's that to keep in mind. The fact that, you know, you can use Micro Babidi and then hopefully get the Super Sigmas on board, and then use their abilities after you attack with them to plus cards. And then we have Baby Subdual. If your leader card is Machine Mutant, which it is, choose one of your opponent's battle cards with 15,000 or less power. Switch it to active mode. Gain control. It gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. Then you gain control of it. So essentially, let's say you grab your opponent's 15k, battle card. Preferably you want it to have like maybe double strike, crit, or something like that. Either have crit, double strike. Take it, turn it into a 20k, and then you can of course battle with it. Since now it's an active mode, you can battle with it. And then during the end, then when your turn's over, it'll go back down to 15 power. But at least now you have, your opponent doesn't have the battle card to battle you with. You have their battle card now. So that's useful. And then, if you ever want to, once it's back in active mode, you could combo with it, or you can use this and steal it. Your opponent's battle card, attack with your leader or any of your other battle cards, and then send their battle card that you stole to their drop area, and power up your battle cards by combo with it. So obviously there's a lot you can do with that. Obviously this is useful in a mirror match. If you're going up against another Machine Mutant deck, you can use this and steal your opponent's Machine Mutants. You know what I mean? You can steal your opponent's Nezi, right? And then Union Absorb your opponent's Nezi, and then go into your Super Sigma and all that good stuff. So there's obviously stuff to take to account. Steal your opponent's Geraldo, and then Union Absorb. You get the idea. Then we got Planet M2. It's a field battle card, extra card, and then it has auto ability when you play this card, and if your leader is Dr. Myuu, which it is, you draw a card, so it's always good for a card to replace itself. And then has active battle. Switch this card to rest mode. If it is your turn, choose up to one of your opponent's leader cards or battle cards. It loses 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. If the battle card, the power falls to 0 or less, it is KO'd. So that's really, really useful. The fact that it affects the leader, awesome. That's how I wish General Rildo also affected the leader with his ability. That'd be extra nice to have your opponent's awakened leader at 0 power, and then you're attacking it like double strike, and then your opponent has to if they don't want to take that, they don't want to take the hit and lose the game, right? They need a combo, so they started off at 0 when they're comboing, right? So that'd be awesome. But the ability to turn your opponent's awakened leader, which is 15k, down to 10k with just this card alone, and then you combo, you know, it'll make things harder for your opponent. So really good card. Assassination plot, active main, choose any number of your opponent's battle cards, which total power adds up to 3,000 or less, and KO those cards. So it's a good way to board wipe your opponent, especially if your opponent is swarming the field as much as you, or in case you're going to get in a mirror match, or you're going up against other decks that can swarm the field relatively easy. You obviously want some way to board wipe. Since this deck is you know, does take advantage of the graveyard, I don't want to put no overwhelm like Mass Sane or something like that, because I don't want to banish my my machine monsters, my mutants, because I want to use them for my general rule though, right? And let's see, and then we got, of course, the one drop Battle's Assistance, counter attack, negate an attack. Then you may switch up to one of your battle cards to active mode, so that's always useful. Especially if you use Baby's Subdual to take your opponent's battle card, attack him with his own battle card, then end your turn, right? Then on their turn they try to attack you. You can use Battle's Assistance to negate that attack, and then untap their battle card that you took, and then use it, you know, to combo. Or let's say what you took was you know, something that had, it was a battle card that has blocker, then you can use the blocker ability, right, and block. Especially if it's a blocker that has a blocker ability with revenge, or, you know, that's always good, right? Then of course, Ghost Attack, Super Saiyan 3, go tanks. Just another tech card, another win condition, no finisher. Because when you play, you get 3 ghost tokens with 15k power each. Permanent ability, if you have 4 or less cards in your hand, this card and all of your ghost tokens getting double strike. So it itself is a 1 card, you know, win condition, you know. So obviously, why not have it? Didn't want to overshadow the deck's main, you know, strategy by having too many go tanks, but I still wanted it. It's like, hey, I have 2 spaces in the deck left for it, why not throw it in, right? So I like the cards, so I threw it in there. Just like I like Mind Control and Babidi, so it's like, oh, I like this deck. You summon, you get a card, you summon, you get a card. I love the idea of a card that replaces itself, that when I play it, I get another card. I play it, I get another card. That way I always have something to block with, you know, combo with, as well as I have something I can attack with. So offense and defense is always useful. And then, you know, and then I like the union absorb abilities, you know, the ability to get a battle card from my deck and play it onto the field for deck thinning purposes, you know, all, as well as getting, you know, powerful monsters onto the field, you know, battle cards to battle with. So I really like this Machine Mutant stuff. Hopefully they create some more support cards for this card type mutant machines. And that's the end of the video.